Hi, Shay. Hi, Shay. Hi, Shay. Are you beautiful? Yeah. Look at you go. Are you getting so big? Do you want to see yourself? Who is that? Welcome to Shay's 5-month update video. This is going to be all about Shay this past month. We are just kind of hanging out, relaxing here. It's a little girls' day. The boys left the house to go do a little activity. Shay is getting bigger, so we're sitting on the floor, but I have a pillow under her to kind of help prop her up so she's in the frame. Right? We want to see you, don't we? So I just have a bunch of notes on my phone I'm gonna read off. I've been doing this every month for both of my kids, and I actually love going back every month. I'm about to film Shay's, or we're going into the next month. I'll go back and watch Houston's, and it's just so fun to see like what's different about them, and or maybe I watch like the next month to kind of see like what's about to happen, because you just forget, like even though it wasn't that long ago, you forget the different phases and changes and the milestones that come up. So yeah. So Shay is, today is I believe August 13th, so she turned 5 months on August 9th, and she is still very long and thin, and I didn't weigh her this month, so I'm not exactly sure how much she weighs, but she is in 3 to 6 clothing or 6-month clothing, but she is about to transition. This sleeper is a Target brand, the Cloud Island, and it's the 3 to 6 month, and it fits her perfect, but she's so long that, see like the feet, she's like starting to bust out of the feet. But the sizing is totally different compared to my firstborn, my son, because he was very heavy and like hefty, thick baby. So he was way ahead in the sizing, where she's kind of more like in line with the sizing. But yes, she's still super drooly, so she drools, and we keep a bib on her pretty much all of the time. And then her hair is still super long. I actually like tucked her hair behind her headband, otherwise it's starting to go in front of her eyes. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do about that, because she'll either need to start having like a little pony or a clip, or we'll have to cut it, because she doesn't, obviously, like at daycare, we don't have a headband on her because it'd just be like too much for the provider to have to like keep it on and stuff. She's still very chill, easygoing baby, super sweet and mild-mannered. I was thinking over this month, like her personality's starting to come out more, and I am predicting that she's gonna be very mellow, low-key, kind of maybe a little bit more shy and introverted, but still independent. So we'll see. Your brother's very much like an outgoing spirit, which is kind of takes more after me, so I have a feeling she'll take more after her dad, but we will just have to see. So her schedule right now, she's very much on a kind of loose schedule, but it pretty much after every 2 hours she's awake, she's ready to go to bed, whether that's nap or sleep. So let's say like she'll wake up around 7, then she'll nap around 9, and then let's say she wakes up from that first nap at 10:30, she'll nap again about 12:30. And she's taking 2 solid naps during the day, and then her third nap in the evening, like the little cat nap, she is super hit or miss with that. Sometimes she does take the cat nap, which is good because she needs to, and if she doesn't, then it's super hard to keep her up until her bedtime, which seems to be between 7 and 8 o'clock. And then I'll wake her up and feed her around 10:30, and then she wakes up during the night around 3 to feed. And then she'll wake up in the morning. She's still in our room in the Nuna Pack and Play. And I think my plan is in September. I have a trip planned in the beginning of September. So once I get back from that trip, I think we will transition her to her room and do formal sleep training like we did with our son. Are you gonna be ready for that? She seems to me like so much younger than she is, just because of her size, like in comparing it to Houston, which it's just hard not to do because that was my only experience with the baby and he was so big for his age. So to me, she just seems still so little and so young, even though she's 5 months. She seems more like 3 months to me. And she still has only had breast milk, so she nurses when she's with me, and then at daycare she has bottles of breast milk, and that's going really well. She will probably start trying some other foods around 6 months. That's what we did with Houston, and we really liked that. And I did obviously start pumping when she started daycare a month ago, so we kind of got that rhythm down. It took a little bit of getting used to again, but I pump about 3 times a day. She has 2 6-ounce bottles at daycare, so I pump 3 times a day, and that gets me about the 12 ounces that she's having at daycare. Right? So I think right now and over this last month, she started looking a lot more like her brother. Definitely their nose, for sure. You have Hustie's nose, and she just adores Houston. Like this month, she started pretty much being totally obsessed with him. Like whenever his voice is in the room, she looks all over, turns her head to find him, and same when they're in the car. He's in his car seat forward facing and she's rear facing, and she just cranks her head to the side like looking for him in the car. So that's super sweet, and Houston's really good with her and adores her and is really gentle and nice with her and caring of her. And it seems like, you know, when I offer, do you want Shay to be a part of something or do you want it to just be you, he always wants her to be with. So I think that that's really cool, and I hope that their bond continues to grow. And we do try to do a lot like one-on-one with Houston as well, so he's not feeling like he's getting gypped. She is, last video I said she rolled from back to belly, so she's still doing that, but I actually haven't witnessed her roll from belly to back yet, but I know she's done it because I've left the room and then she flipped the other way, so I know she is doing that. And with that, she is starting to sleep on her belly. It kind of started where she would prefer to be on her side, and then she'd roll her belly and get really frustrated and want to be flipped back over, but now it seems like she's used to being on her belly, so that's where she'd prefer to sleep. I do start her either on her back or her side, but then she ends up on her belly. She has been sleeping some in her crib, like for naps. She'll sleep in her crib, and then her first night stretch from like 7:30 to 10:30, she'll sleep in her crib. So she can sleep in crib, pack and play. She's not so much a napper, like just like Houston was. She won't just like fall asleep anywhere, which is kind of unfortunate because I thought she might be different, but she definitely likes her own space. She likes dark, quiet space, which is just like how Houston was. We're not sure if she's gonna be a thumbsucker or a nookie baby. She still takes her nook and likes her nook, so that's nice, but she also sometimes like will suck on her fingers and her thumb. So I think that, you know, the verdict's still out on that. I'm not sure what you're gonna do. Shay, look up there. Do you see yourself in the viewfinder? You're enamored with my phone. Okay, let's look what is next on the list. So we put her in the clip-on counter high chair for the first time this month. And with all that, like the high chair, exerciser, she still doesn't have like great strength to be sitting up for very long on her own. So we'll put like in the high chair like blankets or roll up like a towel to kind of put behind her to support her. And same with the exerciser, she went in it, but I don't leave her in there too long because you can tell she's just not super strong in her core strength yet and in her back. She giggled this time for the first month, so I'll put that little clip in here. One more time. She actually giggled for my sister-in-law, Lauren, her aunt, while she was babysitting her one day, and I'm like, of course. Like, she did a rolling over for the first time at daycare and then the giggle with Lauren, but I did get her to giggle that same day at night, so that's what the video clip was from. She started doing this little trick this month. If you watch her hands, she just like, I don't know how to even explain it. She'll be like this. She'll just start like moving her hands a lot. My husband thought it seemed like she was starting to do that once she would be getting tired, but it kind of seems like she just does it like anytime. Right. So I think that's most all of the updates that I wanted to share. She is super, super sweet. Here's the back of her head. Her hair is literally crazy. Let me take her headband out and show you. Like, it's just super long and fluffy, and look at, see that piece is like going way down to her eyes. Right, sister? Huh? I don't like putting her or babies in general in two-piece outfits where like they're like a dress or whatever, because, or even just a shirt, because I just feel like the top rides up. So I like just having her in like onesies. She's been wearing a lot of these footed sleepers for daycare because they're thin so she doesn't get too hot, but then she's also like warm in the air conditioning and comfortable sleeping. That's another thing. I actually stopped using the Wolino sleep sack right now for a little bit because she was getting frustrated in it because she couldn't quite flip and turn to her side on her own in her belly because she like uses her leg strength. So now that she's gotten more practice, I'll probably put her back in that soon. Okay, Shay, do you want to say anything else? Do you want to smile? Yeah. Hey, Shay. Hi. Hi. Are you having a good day? Yeah. You just gonna drool? You just gonna drool? Okay, say see you later. We'll see you when I turn 6 months old. Bye-bye. And then hopefully I'll be sleeping through the night soon after that. See ya.